my friends, I'm Rick and this is Your Seat at the Table and this is Little Missy, right? If you've already seen a couple videos I've already done today, she's usually over here in the cat box. So this is the little stray that we found in the summertime, and she was skin and bones. I mean literal skin and bones. And we've taken her in. She's always been a people person. She was very friendly with people. She loves people. Not so not so much on the other cats, but she's learning. She's learning. She's young and she wants to play and stuff too. So we have to moderate that. The wife's constantly paranoid. She don't want a cat fight, and I don't want a cat fight either. But I also know cats have, like people, have to establish who's who and what's what, and how they're and where their place and thing is. So sometimes it involves some hissing and some squalling at each other, as long as they don't get into a brawl, an actual physical attack. I know the difference between a cat fight and not a cat fight. The wife, not so much sometimes. Anyway, we're letting her. This is the first weekend since we had her in the house that I felt comfortable enough leaving her out of the cat carrier over here. She's being very well behaved, as you can see. She's been over here on the table a few times. I've had to move her off the table a couple times. I don't want her on the laptop. That's my big thing. I just don't want her walking on the laptop, and they'll learn that. It's like dealing with 3-year-olds. Cats are a lot like 3-year-olds. Just putting it out there, that's the way it is. So we are looking at another installment for second edition AD&D. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, Forgotten Realms, products of your imagination, the TSR logo or trademarks, blah, blah, blah. So this is, don't plagiarize, right? And this is not for profit. I know damn well I ain't making no profit off of it. Anyway, so we got the Forgotten Realms, the Cyclopedia of the Realms, a complete cyclopedia of the fabulous Forgotten Realms from abeir, toril to Zhentil Keep. And I have read this book numerous times over the years, and I've tapped it, I don't know how many, countless times for information, for campaigns and one-offs that I was running in Forgotten Realms setting for Dungeons & Dragons. This was what year was this? What year was this put out? Come on. You got Ed Greenwood, developer Jeff Gruff, Karen Martin, Keith Parkinson, printed in USA, ISBN number 1987. That's right, 1987. And right, so we have the introduction to the product, time in the realms, names in the realms, languages of the realms, currency in the realms, religion in the realms, and then entries. So, introduction about the product, time in the realms, how the calendars work, how basically how many days in the year, hours of the day, that kind of stuff. Names in the realm, give you some suggestions and stuff. Languages of the realm, written languages, actual names of them. Currency in the realms, religion, always a fun topic depending on who you are. Lots and lots of that stuff. And then we have major dodge human gods, halflings, gnomes, orcs, elves, etc. We got what is it? So abeir, toril, more commonly known as toril, or is the name of the orb that Faerun and the Forgotten Realms are set upon. So, i.e., the planet is named abeir. Let me pronounce it one more time. Abeir, toril, and the realms are called Forgotten. I don't know, right? So, on Minister's notes. Venturing companies at a glance. Various possible adventuring companies that existed in that time, just mainly as examples to give you some quick and easy NPCs to throw out your characters if you need to. And then we get into the countries: Alaundo, small coastal nation, the Inner Sphere, and I'm not going to list them all out there as a slew. So pretty much every major and most of the minor cities and settlements are in this book, and there are some really nice maps of this and significant cities. And this is one of the reasons that I tapped this book as often as I did, because it was a reference. So if I had my players were near one of these cities and they were going to visit for whatever reason, all I had to do is get a Xerox copy of the map, and there you go, and here's a running list of 151 possible locations in this particular town. I mean, and then we get all these smaller towns and areas that don't have maps, but the point again is there are some. Now we got some countries and breakdown of those. Dale lands, Symbia, nice maps. I like the maps, and they go hand in hand with the much bigger maps. But for the towns, like I said, I use these a lot. And between these and the cities built that were created for the Judges Guild game system, you go look up on my channel, you'll find them. I did videos on them. The maps for those really, really drew a love and fascination of good maps and map making for myself. I've spent a long time in my life, a lot of years often, making my own maps and trying to improve on them based on how much time I got. You can make some really, really good artwork. There's a fellow on Facebook that I know through a gaming channel on there, talk channel on there, that boy can do some insane artwork when it comes to like underground caverns and catacombs and maps and things like that. And I keep telling him, I says, man, you need to look at possibly selling these products or something to some of these companies because you have that kind of talent. No, he doubts his own worth, and that's the way it goes. So I fully understand that. I doubt myself far too much. I'm not comfortable anymore about anything. So here's another thing: is Symbia, the city, Shadowdale, map of the Dale, Shadowdale and vicinity specifically. And that's where Elminster's home's at. So it's kind of why it's in detail as it is. The Standing Stone, Skull Gorge, and his Zezel. Zezel's a big community in the Forgotten Realms. If you're an adventurer of any sort, you at least got to go here once. That's that kind of thing. So thieves and their subclasses: Thay, Silver's Gap, Asa, Termish, Vunlar, Waterdeep. Waterdeep is such an iconic part of Forgotten Realms. It's got entire books and a box set to itself. All right, so here was this Westgate, Zhentil Keep, the uber bad guys of the Forgotten Realms there, Shadowdale Appendix. All right, so that said, overall, if you operate in the Forgotten Realms, this is a sort of book back in the day. It was very valuable and it was quite useful. It was a utility that was easily used, and we used it a lot. And if you get a chance to pick up a copy of this thing, I would get it. It's a good read. You get if you're new to the hobby, and books like these really help you because it gives you a way to look inside of how these things are created and to allow you to have a blueprint to create your own. Keep in mind, plagiarism is a dirty thing. Plagiarism or copyright infringement is where we take a product and try to profit off of it in some way. If I was to create a BattleTech, for example, or a Dungeons and Dragons based game supplement, and then I marketed it as such, and didn't give them any credit whatsoever, or follow the OCR rules or whatever, because each game company is different in how they handle stuff like that. I could be legally sued, liable, for the minimum to cease and desist. Whereas the difference, though, when you it's not plagiarizing when you're using it for your own purpose. So to use these things as tools to learn, to create your own stuff, or to enhance the stuff you're already creating, or just for what it is, that's the whole point of them, right? Knock yourself out. But like I said, if you can get hands on this copy of this book, it's great. I mean, it was really nostalgic for me to read back through it. It's been sitting in my bathroom for the last 3 weeks, so every time I've had my morning constitutional, I've read a couple pages. It's kind of how it went out, right? And anyway, that's that. This is this. Till next time. It just irritates me to no end.